I live in Viçosa, Minas Gerais. I work as a software developer. I've been here on Talk and Talk since since April 2022. And I think I have the same goal as you guys to improve my English and maybe do some interviews in English someday. But I ended up liking Talk and Talk, so here I am. I still continue here, even though I'm not searching for a job abroad right now. And in my free time, I like to play the guitar. I like to do ceramics. I like to clean my house. That's it. All right, we are live on YouTube. You guys probably received the pop-up. Okay. All right. So let's start. Today we're talking about friendship. I'm gonna start with question number 1. Wanda, how do you define a true friend and what qualities do you value most in a friendship?
Definition is always a trick question because it's so hard to define something. But friendship is for me, a friend for me is a person that I can count with in all my emotions. If I'm sad, she is here for me. If I'm happy, she's here for me too. I think is that in the most equality for a friendship, I think it is loyalty. Loyalty is a good quality. Is that? And for
Nice.
you, Anna?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, I agree with you, Wanda. I think it's not easy to define in words, but in action. So, people who are with you, whatever you need or whatever you are passing through. So, a true friend for me is this person, and the qualities that I value the most is to, yes, stay with me, loyalty, as Wanda said, a good listener, um, let me see, and be a friend, as a familiar, a relative, because I think relatives is not necessary people that have the same blood. So when a person, the other qualities that I value is this, is to be part of family, and that is it. Sydney?
Yes, for me, I agree with you said, Anna and Wanda. It's very hard to define it, and I think everyone have their quality to consider a true friend. But for example, for me, a reliable friendship is very important. It's crucial when we have a friend that we can keep. They are worthy, maintain confidently. I think confidentially. Uh, loyalty. I agree with you. It's very important. I think that kind of things. Uh, for example, when we can feel we can be our can be us without judgment and the what else without judgment fee and the of course when we have some people that we mm, we have a kind of confidentially we open our ideas, our fears, and we can have some, I think, a feedback from them. It another things important, and yes, I think that it's and the Julian.
For me, a real friend is someone not alongside you every day, but someone that are there when you are living good moments, and most important, when you are living bad moments, because it's very common. We have a lot of people aside us when we are living good moments, when we have money, or good moments in general. But when we are in bad moment, most of people disappear. So real friend is someone that are with you in this kind of moments. People that you really can depend on. So I think that's it. What about you, Sarah?
I think I agree with you guys. And for me, I would add that the thing that I value the most in a friend is ethics in everybody, in a boyfriend, in a family. If someone in my family is not an ethical person, I uh drag myself away from that person because for me it doesn't click, you know? I cannot live with people who doesn't do good, who doesn't live with the truth, with the truth. I don't know how to say that in Portuguese, in English, but I think you guys understood me. That's it. All right, let's go to question number 2, guys. Do you guys think it's important to have like a large group of friends, or do you prefer like a small circle of friends? Anna.
For me, a small circle close friends. I don't have a lot of friends, maybe uh, 5 friends who I know that they are very true. And yes, I I don't know. Me, I always have this habit maybe to don't have a lot of friends. Just a small group when I was a child, when on the college and on the high school, just 1 or 2 people that I could count a lot with the things. And nowadays it's the same thing. I have my small group, and I prefer, and I think it's important. Like it's important to know a lot of people, maybe colleagues, but the true friendship in a small group. And you, Wanda?
I totally agree with you. It's the same thing that I think. A big group is only for fun or only for a party, for example. But for friendship, hard friendship, I think a small group is enough, and it's really difficult to stay together with a big group as a friend. I don't believe in a big group as a friend. And you, Sarah?
I agree with you guys. I also don't have like a big group of friends, but I have a lot of true friends spread around in different areas of my life. So I have one friend that any other friends of mine know this friend, but he's my true friend. And I have like small people like this in my life, and they are very good friends. But I don't have like a big group. I also don't believe I cannot bond with a big amount of people in the same group. Sydney, what do you think?
My internet connection is a little slow, but well, I agree with you guys. I prefer to have a small circle of close friends, and like you said, I have friends, one at least one friend in each area of my life. For example, in my company, in the accounting field, in my university, my school, and the what else? Yeah, some people who live nearby me in the same district. And I think a small group of friends offer a deeper connection and I think more intimacy and supportive and meaningful ties. Yeah, and I think it's easier to manage, especially us who have a family, our jobs, and the time is a big thing to manage, and we have a lot of things to do. So I think that's it.
Thank you, Sydney. Juliana, what about you?
Um, about it, I don't know. I think I prefer maybe large groups because I think it's of course it's very good when you have true friends, but it's hard. We have a lot of true friends because it's a connection that have a build for maybe 1 year, you know. So it's need take time to have this kind of connection, and it's very good when we have. But uh, how other people said before, it's cool when you have a lot of friends, a large group for fun, you know. So now I want to play soccer with my friends. The more it's better, you know. Now I wanna, I don't know, hang out with my friends. It's good when you have a lot of friends, you know, to to do these things. But I think I believe is moment, you know, because sometimes you have a lot of friends because you have something in common. So now I'm in the college, so I have a lot of friends because I am the college. I do the same subjects the damn dude. So I have a lot of friends cause that. But maybe in the next year I can have less because I can choose other way to study other subjects. So I think it's all about moments, you know. Sometimes we have a lot, sometimes we don't have a lot.
For sure. I totally agree. I had the same experience when I was in college. Nowadays, the big group of friends that we had in college, I have one or two friends, real friends, and the rest is just colleagues. But I like them as well. They are just more afastados. Let's go to question number 3, guys. How do you guys maintain long distance friendships? And what challenges have you faced with them? Sydney.
Yes, for me, I'm not a right guy to maintain a long distance friendships. Well, since as soon as I married and my son born and I start to work in that company I currently working, time for me is a thing that is very difficult to manage. And of course, some of my friends they moved to another other seat. They are working in a different company, and we now we have a different taste, different uh, hobbies. But I recognize that to maintain a long distance friendship, we need to have a regular communication, even in some for some apps like WhatsApp. I think it's important to share the same hobbies, activities, interesting. It to spend time with your friends, invest time with them, and maybe in some moment it's important to plan some regular visit with them. Yes, something that we can do in order to maintain and make the ties, the bonds of that friendship stronger. And the about you, Wanda, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's not easy to maintain, to keep a friendship, a real friendship when we have a big distance. I have a really friend in Israel. She goes to Israel in the middle of the college, and but our bond don't solved. We we have many things in our life, building family, etc. But this year she came to here and to Brazil, and the bond is the same. I love her, her loves me, and it's so beautiful. And my sons loves her sons, and it's beautiful, a beautiful friendship. Um, one in Brazil, another one in Israel. Is that you, Anna?
Yes, I agree that's not easy, but the thing that I do to maintain this is show them that I care about them. So I send a message when I remember something that is something in common. Um, I send memes on Instagram and this kind of things that are simple, but they will not forget that I'm here. Like, oh, I'm here to count. You can count on me. And I see some uh, friends of my childhood that we stopped to do this, and nowadays we don't have so much contact because maybe I care and they care, but it's this feeling not every day, but in some moments of your life you send something. Oh, I'm here. You can count on me. How are being the things? I think it's necessary to keep this. Any relationship, when you stop it to do this, the things this bound, as Wanda said, can be unbuilt, maybe. I don't know if this word. And yes, the challenge I think is that to choose every time that that you can is to send something, a phrase, a meme, a message on the birthdays, things like this. And you, Juliana?
Um, I think it's hard to have maintain the contact, not just about the distance, because uh, I mean, not just because the long distance, but sometimes you don't have more the same things in common, because sometimes I have friends close close me, but we don't have a big contact more because we don't have more the same things in common. So I have some kinds of friends in my high school, real friends, but we don't have more this a lot of contact. Sometimes we send a message each other to see how each other are, but we don't have more things in common. And but we remember about the other one if good memories because we live good memories. But it's hard to have always maintain the contact because the lives change a lot. Sometimes you are living more the some way and after other way, so it's very hard. The important, I think, it's always uh remember about your friend or old friend with good memories because we live it good memories.
Just to add, our life is made of cycles. So I see my friends. I have two big friends during my my school and high school, and nowadays I look at them and see, oh my God, it was a good time. But nowadays we don't have nothing in common. How can we like sit in a place, in a bar, and talk about what? I don't know. I think
Yes.
nowadays everything is different, but we have good memories. I understand you, Julian.
Nice, guys. Let's go to question number 3. Oh, 4. What's a memorable experience you guys had or an adventure with a friend that straightened your bond? Juliano, can you start?
Of course. This is hard to think right now. Uh, I, I, I think is when you I had a talk or my friend have a talk, but a real talk, because sometimes when you have just colleagues, you just talk about fun, about good moments, but you never talk about your personal life, and I think when you decide talk about you, about your personal life, it's a good way, in not all the times, but a lot of times, to have a strong connection, because in that moment you can realize it's not just a colleague, but it's a friend. In you think you I know it's a build, you need to build it, but you have this feeling, because what I see it today is sometimes I just talk with some friends about fun, about good things, but not just about my personal life. But when I talk with about my personal life, I know that I am building a strong relation with this person. What about you, Sydney?
Like you said, Julian, it's hard to remember a specific thing, but with my friends, we enjoyed a lot, many parties together. I remember in our teenage years, there are a lot of parties every weekend. Some of the parties we went like a penetra. We made something in order to enter it and enjoy it. But of course, there was some party that my parents made in my house that some penetras went there, and it's okay. But I remember now, well, once I traveled with 5 of my friends in a city called Itabirito. It's nearby Belo Horizonte, about, I think, 100 kilometers, 8 kilometers. And we went there in the carnival 19 or 18 years ago, and we enjoyed a lot, many things there. I remember during the day we went some rivers and waterfalls, and during the night we went to the city to enjoy the carnival. That things that is very traditional. That city has a traditional celebration, and yeah, I think that it made us feel very happy with each other, I think, and also strengthen our bonds a lot. And about you, Anna?
Yes, it's similar what Juliana said. When I have a difficult conversation with some friends, this give more strength for our friendship. So when we get at this point, um, it's I realize that it's a good friend, friend that I can count, or a person that match a lot. So when I have this difficult conversation, or a conversation very clear to both of us, I think is something that give more strength for the friendship. And I remember about the adventure. This friend is not a long distance friend, but nowadays we are a little bit distant because we don't have time, so it's difficult to be every weekend together. But one time we went to climb and hiking in a place in Rio de Janeiro, and he is instructor of hiking, and he was with me, and I was like trying to climb the stoke, yeah, stoke, and it was very difficult. And he said to me, "Oh, I can get you out of this stroke, but you will not sleep well because you will do this alone." And I could do by myself, and this bring to me a very strong feeling for him, because he he was there to help me, but he said to me that I could do, and I made it, and it was very good for our friendship, this what he said to me at that time. So it's just because I remember I sent today a message to him because I miss him. But yes, it was an adventure in a lesson. And you, Sarah?
Oh, I think like you guys said, for me, the conversation counts a lot, especially after you become a grown up, an adult. Because when I was a teenager, fortunately, I didn't have many problems to tell my friends. We was just together to have fun. But nowadays, I have so many problems that I need to share with a real friend. But let me think of a moment. Oh, I recently went to a concert of my favorite band in São Paulo with my friends from childhood. It was our favorite band, and when we were teenagers, like 12 or 13, we always went to this concert because it was a small band. It is called Forfã. It's from Rio de Janeiro. We are absolute apaixonados with Forfã, and we went to the concert in Vitória, Espírito Santo. Yes, Anna, of course you know because you are from Rio. You have to know this. And recently the band came together for 10 year 20 years. I don't remember the age of the band. And yeah, I don't know, we made a lot of good plans in São Paulo to be together and to go to this concert because it reminds us of our childhood, our teenage years. So it was very, very fun. What about you, Wanda?
Yes, I have many trips, many adventures with my friends. Friends from scuba diver, for example. But adventure, a big adventure with my friend from Israel in the college. We are the animal protector, and the faculty, the vet faculty, uh, got to stay to sacrificate many dogs for study. And these dogs went in a place, a huge place with a cadeado, and my heart is broken about these dogs. And I talked to her, and we jumped the wall and took free all the animals, all the dogs, and you got really in trouble with the faculty because of that, but the animals got free. Yeah.
Oh my God. I have to say I agree with you guys. I defend you guys. That's good that you guys free the animals. How old were you?
In this time, I think 18,
Nice.
maybe.
Nice. That's a good adventure.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, let's go to question number 5. How do you guys handle conflicts or misunderstandings in friendships? And what's your approach to resolving them? Uh, Sydney.
Yeah, for me, I try to understand what's going on with a conversation. I think as soon as everyone is not perfect and the misunderstanding can happen in any relationship, I think to be humble and try to solve and are willing to solve that problems and I think to recognize some errors, some misunderstanding is the first step. It will depend, of course, of each personality. Everyone have a personality, and some have how can I say, a strong personality than others. So to manage it could be difficult, but if the two sides, each side, are willing to maintain the relationship, it's very important to maintain a clear and open conversation, to be honest with each other. So that kind of things I try to do. I try to open my mind and to be humble to solve that problems and continue that relationship. And what do you think about that, Juliana?
Juliana, one.
I was muted.
Até.
About this question, guys, I try have a talk, have a conversation to understand because each person, each friend is different. Some kinds of friends is more, I don't know, it's like different, you know, each one is different. So it's important, you know, how to talk with each one, you know. Some kinds of friends, it's more like to kidding, others no. So it's important to understand the way of each one and try live it, you know. Sometimes can have argument, and this is only normal. We are human, and it's important after try have talk conversation, you know, to don't have the problem to resolve. I think it's important here. It's always have a conversation and be calm to because the way it's always important to solve the problem, you know. So go for a conversation, don't run because I can see a lot of people, uh, friends that when something wrong happen, the person just run, you know, don't try have a talk conversation. Most of times you lost the friendship and you don't know why because the people choose run when the people could choose have a conversation. So I think it's more important here. And you don't run and you go try solve the problem. That's it. What about you, Anna?
Yes, I think have a conversation and always talk in a clear and in an honest way. Because sometimes, for example, a small example, your friends invite you to go to a bar, and I don't know, in this a weekend. But you don't want to go because you're tired, you worked all the weekend. It's okay to say no. But sometimes people just say no and don't have, I don't know, have a conversation, don't be clear why that no, or and the other person don't understand why are saying no, I don't want to go. Maybe get this to, in a personal way. Oh, the person don't want to go because it's me. So this pontas soltas, I don't know, this things that can have a double interpretation needs to be solved when you talk in a clear way. So all my friends or all my relationships, I say, oh, I try to be clear and don't give the chance to have um, uh, this double understanding or these meanings. And you, Sydney.
I already answered that question.
Sorry.
It was the first. Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
I agree with you guys. A good talk between adults solves everything. But fortunately, I don't have misunderstandings and conflicts with my friends because I think you guys can relate to that. When we are older or when we are good people, we don't want to make life complicated. We want to make life easier. So I try to understand my friends and their limitations, and they try to understand mine. So I cannot remember the last time I had a fight or something with my friends because that's not that's not me. I try not to do that. If I feel like some fight is maybe happening, I stop and I said, okay, let's do it your way. We can make it your way. That's okay. What about you, Wanda?
The same. I think with maturity, we avoid all the time fights and misunderstanding. I have many friends totally different of me, religions or politics, and football team, many friends. And we respect each other. We don't talk so much about the tricky, tricky topics. And then is that avoid anticipated. I avoid the misunderstanding in the fight, and I respect all the minds of my friends. It's okay.
Nice, nice. All right, guys, let's go to question number. I got lost. Oh, 6. What do you guys think makes friendships from calma aí. What do you think makes friendships from childhood or school years different from those formed later in life? Do you guys think there's a difference between older friends and friends that you make right now? Anna.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Anna or Wanda?
I don't know.
It can
Sorry.
be Anna and then later Wanda.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Anna.
Yes, I was thinking here because I said before the cycles, I think depends of the cycle of your life. Childhood maybe is difficult because the long distance and because people are different. And I think with maturity, we can choose better who we are friends. So I don't know which one is better, but I think the maturity helps us to have this better relationships nowadays than when we are a child or on school. Sorry, Wanda, go on.
Yeah, I think when we are a child, is totally different because our relatives put us in a school, and you need to get a friendship in the school. Is that when we have a maturity, you get some friendships in other place, in like I have a volunteer working, then I get connection with person that have the same thoughts with me. Then if you have a, a, a bond, okay, you get friends, and okay, go out, go ahead. It's different. And you, Sarah?
Yes, for sure. And when you are grown up, you have to do some effort to maintain the friendship. When you are younger, like you said, Wanda, you are in school every day, so you don't need to call your friend to do stuff, to hang out, because you guys already are obligated to do that every day in school. And when we are grown ups, we have families, we have a job, we have things to do, and it's harder to maintain a friendship. Like Anna said before in the beginning of the immersion, you have to do that effort to maintain a good relationship with your friends or with any relationship in your life. But yeah, that's it. For me, that's the difference. Sydney, what about you? What do you think?
Well, personally, for me, the biggest difference come from the maturity and the how was our vision about the life, the friendship in the past, and in nowadays. I think nowadays, in the past, it was easier to make friends and consider that we didn't know a lot about the life and the responsibility. Like you said, we had only to go to school, the school to study and things like that. Had we didn't have concerns about to work, to put food on the table, to sustain the family. But nowadays, for example, for me, it is I'm more picky to find a friend, to invest time in a friendship because I have my family, I have my job, I have my plans for the future, and I think that things come from the first place, and I have to think about that first, and then to find a time or time a time or manage it with my friends. I think Julian, yeah, yeah, and about you, Julian.
Um, about this question, I think is always different because it's about grow, you know. When our kids, we are of some way. When are growing up, we can change a lot. So it's all about the time, you know. But all those kind of friends, it's very good. It's a different friends, it's a different time, but it's possible have a strong connection. And I think it's always different because we are always growing, you know. So for example, and in this year I am of some way, but in the next year I can change. My friends, my new friends can be a different way because we are always have periods of changes, you know. And when we are kid or teenager, I think it's more common. We were different because we are still growing, you know. In this time, our thoughts, our way to live, to think, it change a lot than we are adult. So I think that's it.
Yes, I think we can sum this meeting with Anna said that our life is made of cycles, so we change we change every time, we change every day, every year, and we have to make some effort to maintain our friendships, the ones that we like to maintain. All right, guys. I'm sorry if I didn't talk too much today. I am not in a good day, so I let you guys speak more. I'm not a very sociable person today. But thank you for sharing with me about your friends, your story with your friends, and have a nice week. And let's I always forget this word in English. Let's aproveitar this recap moment to send message to some friends that we miss.
Good.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, guys. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Have a nice week.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye bye,
Bye.
guys.